So you can see here I've put the jacket on a stand with the lining facing outwards. I've also made sure that the sleeve is tucked in. So if we turn, you can see that the sleeve is inside the jacket there. We haven't pulled that through. This means we have access all the way around the armhole to hand stitch the lining. So I'm going to pull the sleeve lining out. We've pre-stitched a row of machine stitching around this edge to know how much to fold under to cover our basting of our lining. And then this is slip stitched into place to secure around the armhole. Now we have notches in our sleeve, here for sleeve head, which is our shoulder seam, we know for placement. We also have our seams here we can match and line up with the sleeve seams, which we can also see. So we can pin to hold into position and then slip stitch. As I said, with it being this way round, we have clear access to the whole armhole to stitch, as opposed to if I just pull this through, I can show you the alternative. So if we had the sleeve turned through, so it's all inside out, it would give us access to the sleeve head, but it makes it very awkward when we want to sew under the arm. So that is why our sleeve, if we go back to how it was originally, is tucked inside. So I've pinned the sleeve lining into position, folding under our stitch line, placing it past the basting of our body lining, because we want to conceal that. Then we're going to slip stitch this into place. So I'm going to come out of the fold of my sleeve lining. And then I'm going to go in directly opposite on my body lining, come out and go opposite on my sleeve lining. So we're creating small little slip stitches here, all the while monitoring where my machine stitch is, which we're using as our guide, and to make sure we cover the basting of the jacket. So we're through the body lining, directly opposite into the sleeve lining and out on the fold. When we pull these stitches tight, you can see everything is hidden. It's important you don't get carried away with stitch size and seam allowance size here, or otherwise all of a sudden the sleeve lining will become too short and will pull the outer sleeve of the jacket. So you need to complete this all the way around the armhole, and then the jacket is complete apart from your button and buttonhole. So I'll just do a few more stitches. So you can see, so opposite where I've come out, I'm not going through all the layers, I'm just catching the lining. Got this caught on a pin, there we go. Where it comes out, I'm going in opposite on the fold, a small stitch forward. Again, just hiding our basting. And we've got that row of machine stitching as a guide to make sure we don't go too wide. We have a couple of centimeters of allowance, which we added, but we don't want to lose it in the jacket. So again, opposite, a small stitch. Check where our roll how our seam is. Don't want to be losing too much. Again, a small stitch on the body lining. Okay, and you just continue this all the way around.